So far on this channel, I've failed not one, not two, but 3 relatively easy quizzes spanning common sense to food to gaming. But today feels a bit different. It feels like I'm gonna overcome the odds because we're dealing with a genre that I have a lot of experience in. Music. I mean, look at all the content I've done in music. So it's 30 questions. I'm looking to get at least half of them right. So let's do this. Name all 5 members of One Direction. Okay, I can actually do this. Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Louis Tomlinson, Liam Payne, and Niall Horan. I think that's right. Great start. Good thing they didn't ask me about like Blackpink or some Korean band. How many members are there in the Korean boy band BTS? It's like I just jinxed myself. I know there's at least 5, but I know that number is reserved for like One Direction. Beatles are 4. So I'm thinking either 6, 7, or 8. Well, I think we could rule out 7. I think it's like bad luck in Asian culture. I just completely made that up. But it's like when you go to an amusement park and you go on the rides, you don't want 7 people because then there's gonna be somebody who's sitting on themselves on the 2-person roller coasters. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go with 8 because I know there's a lot. 7, ugh, are you kidding me? Okay, so we got one wrong so far, and I think that's gonna be the only one we get wrong. Who is the best-selling female artist of all time? Woman, huh? I don't know that many. What, there's Michelle Obama. I think that's it. I feel like the right answer to this one has to be like Beyonce. I know she has like a ton of Grammys. Best selling though? I mean, nobody really sells their music anymore. It's all on Spotify or Apple Music and you stream it for free. So maybe it's somebody from the past, like Mariah Carey or something. Oh, that's right, Madonna. Okay, that was before my time. What singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? Ooh, that's impressive. Okay, so over the past 40 years, who's been somebody who's been equally popular throughout? The Beatles were like the 60s and 70s. Maybe it's just Madonna again. You know what? It's probably gonna end up being a country singer like Garth Brooks. Do you know Garth Brooks is the best-selling musical artist of all time, apparently? Let's go with Garth Brooks. Mariah Carey, okay, that's right. All I Want for Christmas. That's like every single year it's a Billboard #1 hit. In what year did Justin Bieber release Baby? Ah, musical history. At the time, it was like the #1 song on YouTube, so it was definitely post-YouTube. When was YouTube started? Like 2006? This wasn't like within the first couple years. I'm gonna lock in 2009. Let's go. So that makes me 2 for 5. Step in the right direction. What is the most viewed music video on YouTube? Okay, so the #1 video on YouTube, I think it has 10 billion views, is Baby Shark. But I don't know if Baby Shark is considered a music video. I guess it is, right? Just because it's kids doesn't disqualify it from being a music video. If it's not that, then I know that Despacito, the one with Justin Bieber, I think, has like 7 billion. But yeah, let's lock in Baby Shark. It's definitely a music video. There we go. All right, 3 for 6. Which Korean artist's video became the first to reach 1 billion views on YouTube? Wait, I thought Baby reached it first. But no, this is going to be Gangnam Style by that guy Psy when... You know what I'm doing there, right? I don't got to do the dance. Definitely Psy. What do you know? Who is the youngest singer to win 4 major categories at the Grammy Awards? Let's think of some young people. Got like Olivia Rodrigo, Selena Gomez, got Dua Lipa. But young, it's probably somebody that's like under the age of 18. Who are some singers that are young? Justin Bieber? Maybe? It's probably gonna end up being like Michael Jackson anyways. Billie Eilish, really? How old is she right now? What is the longest running #1 song on the Billboard? I think this is still Old Town Road. I remember when this happened during COVID with Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't know if anything else has passed it. There's been not really too many bangers since then, right? Also haven't heard from Lil Nas X in a while. Not personally, I don't like know him. Nice. Okay, so that makes me 5 for 9, which means I am crushing this right now. Which mathematical symbol was the title of Ed Sheeran's first album in 2011? Hasn't he gone through every symbol at this point? All I know is division is pretty recent because I can picture just that blue background with Shape of You playing at the bottom on my Apple Music. Which brings us down to 3, which increases my chances. I mean, logically, it makes sense to start with subtraction because you start with one line and then you do another one for addition and then you do this for multiplication and then you add some dots for division. So I think he started simple because he's a simple man at subtraction. So let's do subtraction. Plus, okay, that shattered my worldview. 5 for 10. How old was Mozart when he wrote his first piece? So to make your own song, I mean, that's pretty crazy. He's got to be at least like 9, 10. I think 9's a fair number. It's giving him enough credit, right? 5 years old? When you're 5 years old, you don't even have fingers yet. You still have like these little nubs. How are you playing piano? The song We Are Never Getting Back Together was allegedly written about which of Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends? So let's see, who has she dated? She just divorced her current husband or broke up with her boyfriend or whatever. Harry Styles. I think Taylor Lautner, you know, the guy from Twilight? Or maybe that's just a Mandela effect. Let's go Taylor Lautner. That's a fun answer. Jake Gyllenhaal. When did that happen? That must have been in like 2008 before my brain was developed. I do not recall that. Aren't they like massively different in age? Isn't he like 25 years older than her? Who is Spotify's most streamed musical artist of all time? So I want to say either Drake or Bad Bunny. And the reason I say Bad Bunny is because he's Spanish speaking, but he also has a pretty big English audience. So he crosses over like all different countries and languages. But Drake is Drake. And ever since streaming became a thing, he's been the most popular artist in the world. I guess it could be Taylor Swift too. I'm going to go with my gut and say Drake here because he dominated the 2010s. And that's where a bulk of this data is going to be from. Drake, 58 billion streams. So that makes me 6 for 13, so I'm hanging in there. What is the oldest surviving musical instrument? Doesn't drum just seem like the easiest answer here? Like, why wouldn't it be? Just like a bunch of like ooga booga, like, ooh, and they're just like pounding something and they call it a drum. I definitely can't see it being anything like a woodwind instrument, like a flute or something. I don't think it'd be brass, like nobody invented a trumpet before a drum. I'm gonna stick with a drum or some sort of percussionary instrument. An ancient bone flute. Were they really playing it as an instrument, or did some guy just like try to eat it and then he blew into it or he yawned or something and then it created a sound? Okay, whatever. 6 for 14. Which artist has won the most Grammys? Okay, I said this earlier, but I'm pretty sure it's Beyonce. I think she did it pretty recently too. She has like 40 or something. Beyonce, cool, it still is. 32, it's quite a lot. Who was the first person to win American Idol? All right, so this was Kelly Clarkson, which was the best season of American Idol. She's had a pretty successful career too. I think now she has a talk show, and she's immortalized because she has like some pretty good Christmas songs. Yep, Kelly Clarkson, there we go. Which musical term means to play a piece of music lively and fast? So I took 2 courses of piano when I was a senior at NYU, and I was quizzed on the Italian translations of some of these words, and the first one that popped in my head is Allegro, but that could just be me being impulsive and dumb. But I also have no other alternative in my head, so I think we're gonna have to go with Allegro. Let's go! What is the best-selling single of all time worldwide? It's gotta be something from the Beatles, maybe like Hey Jude or Let It Be. If not that, maybe like Bohemian Rhapsody, or I could see it being Thriller, because I know that Thriller is like the best-selling album of all time, so maybe the single Thriller off of the album Thriller would make sense to be the best-selling single. All right, let's see. White Christmas by Bing Crosby? Is that true? You know what, it makes sense because Christmas music every single year in December becomes super hyped up again, and Christmas is pretty much celebrated like across the world, at least to some degree, right? That's a crazy trivia question to know. In which video did Michael Jackson first perform his famous moonwalk in 1983? So, disclaimer, I was dead at this time. Well, I was unborn, which is basically dead, right? You're either dead or alive. I know I was talking about Thriller before, but there was a YouTube video I watched. It's like a really popular one too. It's like this guy, he's in his high school and he's doing like the moonwalk and like a bunch of Michael Jackson dances to the song Billie Jean. And since he was such a Michael Jackson purist and an impersonator, I'm guessing he was using the song where it first happened. So I'm really putting a lot on this kid to have done his research, because in my head, I associate the moonwalk with Billie Jean because of that video. So I'm gonna say Billie Jean, let's lock it in. Let's go. Okay, good thing I trusted that kid. Okay, so I'm actually 10 for 19 right now, and I think at this point in the quiz, for the first time in history, I'm trending to win it. American singer Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta is best known by which stage name? That is Lady Gaga. I know that because I went to NYU and so did she, and she's like the only alumnus that they keep bringing up every single time when you go to these orientations. But yeah, Lady Gaga. Nice, nice. Celine Dion had a hit with My Heart Will Go On from the soundtrack of which movie? Oh, here, wherever, the heart will go on. Titanic. For the record, I do think that movie's slightly overrated though. So I think it's impossible for us to lose at this point. 12 for 21. Moving on, Cardi B starred on what reality show? Why is this a music question? Like, why is this included in the quiz? I don't know, I thought she was a stripper before she started singing or rapping. I did not know she was a reality TV show star. The only reality shows I watch at this point are Bachelor and Bachelorette. I don't know, let's see. Love and Hip Hop. Okay, I've heard of that before. Did not know she was on it. Who sang the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song for the movie? Is that Ocean Man? I have that saved on my iPhone. I don't know who sings Ocean Man. It's a really good song. Can we play it for like 2 seconds? So I know the answer is going to be whoever sings that song, but I'm not going to ask for points. I'll be a nice guy here. Avril Lavigne, 12 for 23, just a little bit of slipping. Jared Leto is the frontman of what band? Ugh, I was looking this up the other day because it blew my mind that Jared Leto was also the lead singer of a band. When I think of him, I think of Morbius. I think of Joker. I don't know, let's just say Smash Mouth, like he sung All Star. 30 Seconds to Mars, 12 for 24, so now we're really slipping. That's 3 in a row down. What was the first music video to ever air on MTV? This is not looking good, guys. So I would say Thriller, because MTV was around the same time as Michael Jackson, and it feels like that was one of the best music videos of all time, so I think they optimized it for cable for MTV, and it would be their initial pilot, so it makes sense that it would be Michael Jackson Thriller. Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. Oh, I know that. Video Killed the Radio Star. Okay, I know what that song is, but I did not know that was number 1. What Rolling Stones song title is also a restaurant chain? All right, well, we can go through this quickly. Wendy's, no. McDonald's, no. All right, so if we use some context clues here, it must be an older song because the Rolling Stones were in like, what, the 80s, the 70s? What about White Castle? That feels like it could be the right answer. Let's lock that in, why not? Ruby Tuesday. All right, that's kind of cool trivia. Not sure how it's generally music-based, but whatever. Really have to go on a roll here. Which Marvel movie soundtrack won 2 Grammys? Black Panther. Know this for a fact. Guaranteed. Lock it in. There you go. What artist recorded 2 of their best-selling albums while they were behind bars? Lil Wayne comes to mind, because I know he recorded Miss Me with Drake when he was in jail. Yeah, let's go Lil Wayne. That could be it. Johnny Cash. I said Elvis. That's like same neighborhood, right? All right, so we are 13 for 28, and I said I need 15, so we have to get both of these right. Which astronomer is name-dropped in Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh, Galileo, 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 Galileo. And then lastly, what is Post Malone's favorite restaurant? That's the question you're gonna give me? Who knows this? Why would I know this? Although I do know his favorite beer is Bud Light. It's gonna be something weird. It's gonna be like Ruby Tuesday, honestly. Yeah, let's lock that in. Olive Garden, that's a travesty. All right, 14 for 30. I think I'm getting slightly better. I did enjoy it though, that was a lot of fun. If you wanna see more videos, click here or click here. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.